Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and today I'm checking out Similo Fables and Similo History. Kind of doing them together because they play exactly the same way, they just have different characters. You have characters from Fables, and then people from History. So, you could just sort of combine them, shuffle them right up, and pick one. I'm being silly, so let me show you what some of the history cards look like. Moctezuma, Princess Zizzi, and it does give a small little sentence about who they are, where they were from, when they were born, that kind of thing. So I think I might have already shuffled them together because Aladdin is clearly not from history. Aladdin is from 1001 Nights, which is a Middle Eastern folktale. So I've already ruined this review, so I may as well just stop right now. So you kind of get the idea. You have a lot of characters. Alexander the Great, Leonardo da Vinci, and Beethoven, and Pocahontas. Some interesting drawing for Pocahontas. Tutankhamun, Shakespeare, Catherine the Great, Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Charles Darwin, and Bonnie. So, of course, once again, you have Aladdin and Dorothy and the Sea Witch from Little Mermaid. Not the Disney one, like the Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid, Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, Snow White and Tinkerbell and Fairy Godmother and the Mad Hatter, the Wicked Witch of the West, Captain Hook, Jack and the Beanstalk, Cheshire Cat, Puss in Boots. I think you're getting the idea. So, Similo Fables, Similo History. So you take all these cards, you can just shuffle them all up. The game is going to be comprised of one clue giver and multiple guessers, and it's cooperative. So you're trying to work together, build a community, a sense of community togetherness. So you're going to draw 12 cards. The clue giver is going to look through those 12 cards and choose a card that's going to be, and choose one card. So let's say the clue giver chose Joan of Arc. So they would do that in secret. Obviously, they're not going to show everyone. Push this to the side. Doesn't really matter if they shuffle them up because they know what they are. And then they're going to lay out a 3x4 grid of cards that probably would not be facing just them. But you understand why I have to do it this way. Then they're going to draw 5 cards. And it's going to take place over 5 rounds. So for each round, they'll kind of be doing something similar. So the clue giver is going to look at their 5 cards, and they're going to choose a card that is either similar or different to the card they want all the guessers to guess. So the guessers want to guess Joan of Arc. So if I place a card vertically, that means that the card that I've chosen has something similar between the two. So Joan of Arc was a young lady, Cinderella's a young lady. Similarity. Let's say I took Prince Charming and put Prince Charming down. I might put Prince Charming down like this. Horizontally, meaning that this card is different than the card that I want everybody to guess. So the guessers amongst each other would talk and discuss and come up with what it is they want to do. So they might say, okay, well, Prince Charming is a guy. So if the card this person chose is different than Prince Charming, then maybe it's not a man or a guy, whatever. So they might say, well, let's eliminate Puss in Boots, Three Little Pigs, Cheshire Cat. Maybe they weren't ready to start eliminating Jack and the Beanstalk and the Huntsman and Charles Darwin, so on and so forth. Or maybe they say, okay, well, Prince Charming is a prince, so perhaps the character is not royalty. That would not really help with any of this, because no one here is really royalty. So let's say they weren't quite ready to get rid of all of the white men with some sort of facial hair. And then Isaac Newton and Jack and the Beanstalk. They might collectively say, okay, we're going to get rid of Puss in Boots, Three Little Pigs, Cheshire Cat. If they have not eliminated the card they're supposed to guess, I would simply remove the cards they asked me to, and then the rounds will continue. So, and Prince Charming would also just stay out for everybody to see. I would draw back up to 5 as the clue giver, and then let's say I put out Cinderella. So what I'm saying is there's attributes about this card that are like the card that I have selected. So this is kind of an easy example. I didn't set it up this way, it just happens to be this way, although I did pick Joan of Arc. So let's say they're like, yeah, why don't you get rid of the Huntsman, Charles Darwin, the Giant, Isaac Newton, the Genie. Let's say they really wanted me to get rid of all of the supposed male cards because I put out Cinderella. So these are the cards that are left. Let's say they want a Genie too. Okay. I would draw back up to 5 as the clue giver, and we will proceed from there. Now, I can only use what I have here. Now, I do have a Wicked Witch of the West. Let's say I put the Wicked Witch of the West out. So I say there's some similarity between the Wicked Witch of the West and the cards that are remaining, which would happen to be Joan of Arc, Pinocchio, and Bonnie. Maybe they're thinking, okay, well, Anne Bonnie, Wicked Witch of the West. Let's say they guess, hey, Anne Bonnie's the one. That's what we're guessing. If they did that, then because I picked Joan of Arc, we all lose. Well, let's say they give us some more thought and we're like, well, it's probably not Pinocchio. Even though in this form, Pinocchio is not really real, nor is the Wicked Witch of the West. So they're saying, she's not real. Let's pick a character who's not real. So they say, okay, we'll get rid of Pinocchio. All right. Now I draw another card. So now I have Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Captain Hook, Peter Pan, and the Tin Woodman left. Oh boy. And then I have Joan of Arc and Anne Bonnie. What am I going to choose? Now mind you, this is the 4th round. Since 3 things are out, it's the 4th round. What am I going to choose to get them to guess Joan of Arc? Okay. Let's say I chose the Tin Woodman, thinking that maybe they'll draw some sort of parallel that, this stretch, this, it's a stretch, but let's say I chose the Tin Woodman for them to guess Joan of Arc. And somebody says, well, the Tin Woodman is tin, so it's metal. And Joan of Arc has a lot of metal on her. So I think it's Joan of Arc. Yeah, it's probably Joan of Arc. So get rid of Anne Bonnie. So then they say, hey, get rid of Anne Bonnie. And then yay, we all win because they guessed Joan of Arc. That is how Similo History and Fables plays. What I like about Similo in general, I like the fact that it's relatively quick. It's pretty easy to pick up and learn. Plays tune up, so it can be a party game if you want it to be. Although I wasn't wild about every interpretation of every character, overall I think the art and the design of all the different characters is really nice. Just in general, I think the artists did a very good job drawing all the different characters. The card quality is really good. They're good looking cards. They feel really, really nice in the hand. I like the little factoid about just who this person was as a one-liner. Like for Genghis Khan, conqueror and first great Khan of the Mongol Empire, lived from 1162 to 1227. Now, for my kids, they weren't familiar with some of the characters. They knew. Other ones were like, who was this? I'm like, well, just read the one-liner. It's not, you know, a biography, but it's something. It gives them some context of who this person is. In terms of history, I would have maybe liked to have seen it be a little more diverse. We enjoyed it. It's quick. It's pretty easy to jump in and play for 10-15 minutes and either fail horribly or win together. That is Similo History and Similo Fables. I like them.